Hey, this is Georgie
And Pete.
for Studio Jargon Busters, and we're going to be talking about studio terminology that may be a little bit difficult to understand.
That's right. In every episode, I'm going to take a commonly used but sometimes misunderstood audio or studio term, and I'm going to try to explain it in plain English. So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about reverb.
Reverb. Let's talk about some reverb. Let's go. So what comes to mind when you hear the term reverb?
You know that thing where it goes, but I think of reverb as like this bit, like where you would put a sound out there and it would like bounce back, but it would be like,
Yes. Yeah.
Is that right?
That's pretty close. So reverb and echo or delay are kind of in the same ballpark. So they do similar things, but they're subtly different. So reverb came about back in the olden days, the long time ago, when...
In the before time?
In the before time, the long ago. So if you think about a concert hall, like the classic reverb situation is a concert hall. So concert halls were built and designed to be acoustically reverberant, which means that...
Yes.
Yeah. So it means that the sound will come back to you. So when you think of reverb, you can think of a concert hall, think of a church. So often reverbs like churches.
I often like to think of churches.
I like to think of churches. We're in the city of churches. We think of churches a lot.
We are of the city of churches.
A hall, so a large hall or a small hall. Sorry, these are the names of different types of reverbs. Think of a large hall or a small hall.
Big fish, little fish, cardboard box.
Build a box. So reverb, what are we talking about? So what is the relevance of reverb to audio?
What is the relevance?
What is the relevance? Well, reverb is used with a lot of instruments. It's used with vocals. It's used in overall on a song to give it that space and that depth. So originally you would have a reverberation chamber. Yeah, so that's where we're talking about actually real live reverb. So like a hall, like an amphitheatre.
So the hall would be the chamber.
Exactly. So if you're recording an orchestra, you would record them in an orchestra pit and you'd be inside an actual like concert hall, and then you record them and you would hear the natural reverberation. But we record now in
Studios.
Very dull rooms like studios.
With the egg cartons on the walls.
With the that's the classic. Yes, we're going to have egg cartons on the walls and that'll soundproof everything and that'll be perfect.
There's no reverb.
And there's no reverb. But yeah, so if we record, so I record vocals over in our walk-in closet over there, which means that there is literally no reverb. So what I have to do is actually add in artificial reverb.
Seems fake.
Seems a bit fake, yeah. Like, why don't I just go next door to the bathroom and record in there and get all the reverberation? Well, the reason that I don't do that is
why singing in the shower sounds so good.
It's why... That is spot on. It's why singing in the shower actually sounds good.
Because of the reverb.
Because
I love
of the reverb. Reverberation of the sound means you sound better than you actually are in the shower.
That's why I sound better in the shower.
But what we can actually do is we can take that reverb sound and we can add that. So we add it as a plugin. I don't know if we've talked about plugins. I can't remember if we've recorded the plugin episode yet. Yes, we talked about plugins. So you can add a reverb plugin to your vocal, to your guitar, to your drums, to your overall song, and that is going to actually add that reverberation. So if you have a very dull, lifeless recording of your vocal, you add some reverb to that, then suddenly it brings it to life. Instead of it just sounding like you're singing into a brick wall, it sounds like you're singing into a large or small hall that we talked about before, or that you're in a church, or that you're in an amphitheatre.
I like it. That's awesome.
So yeah, so it's similar as I said before, similar to delay or echo, but it just means that it's adding some depth and it's more around like the type of room. So when you have a plugin that's a reverb, that's why I keep saying small hall and large hall. You'll see those as the settings. So you might go, okay, I need a small room.
Small hall is a setting.
It's a setting. Well, yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So so when you get a reverb plugin, it'll have settings. It'll go small hall, large hall, and then cathedral.
That sounded really patronising, but I was actually surprised.
Yeah. No. It's true. So yeah. So the larger sounding the room, the more, which just basically means that the more impact it's going to have. So the more of that. And
so why would you do it small when you could do it large?
Well, because different sounds need different things. So if you want to do a big power ballad Bon Jovi style stadium rock song, then you're probably going to want ridiculous amounts of reverb just floating through the ether. Large hall. But what if you were doing like a quiet jazz combo that's supposed to be like in a smoky little club? You don't want it to sound like it's in a
like
giant...
smoky little clubs.
You do like smoky little clubs? Yeah. You wouldn't want your smoky little club to sound like a cathedral.
It's true.
You would want it to sound like a smoky little club. I don't know why it has to be smoky. In fact, I don't think clubs can be smoky these days.
Smoky.
Not in this state and country anyway. You can't actually smoke inside any venues, which is interesting. So that's the point of reverb. Reverberation. It's no longer very natural. There's very few places where you can actually record with natural reverb, but what we tend to do is actually record sounds and then add in reverb later using some sort of plugin. Do you have any questions about reverb?
I think you have covered that quite well. I'm imagining large halls and small halls. But I'm picturing myself on the stage at, say, Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
That's a big
place.
Place. And how do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Take that left turn at Albuquerque.
No, it's with practice.
I thought you were doing a Bugs Bunny reference there. I wish I'd
it's a joke. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Lots of practice.
Okay, so what we're proving here is that I don't understand jokes or humour in any way, which is not surprisingly.
Not surprising. Not
surprising. If you have any comments about reverb, or you'd like to tell me that I'm completely wrong, or that there's a lot that I've missed about this, please leave it a comment in the below.
Do you think we could come back and do these sort of episodes again on the same topic but revisit if we get it completely wrong?
I think so, yeah. If enough people tell me that there's so much stuff that we've missed, so much things that we've missed that we need to return, then absolutely we can do that. So yeah, that's a really good idea. There could be Reverb version 2 coming
2.0
very soon where you say, yeah, you got that 100% wrong. But for the time being, if you have comments, questions or suggestions, please leave them below. And if you want to catch up on all of our other ramblings, then you can check it out at studiolivetoday.com. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye now.
Thanks for watching Studio Jargon Busters. To find out when new episodes drop, hit the subscribe button. To watch another episode right now, click or tap on the icon on the left, and for more recording tips, tricks and tutorials, click or tap on the right.